What a trailblazer means to me is a person who acts with bravery, with good intentions, who paves a path and blazes forward, sometimes having to burn things in the process, but hopefully with love. And so often if you think of fire, it transmutes things, right? So when I think of a trailblazer, what comes to mind is the image of a person or a collective who's transmuting and transforming, whether it's an issue or society or even a movement.
I define a trailblazer as someone who chooses courage over comfort and action over permission. A true trailblazer creates spaces where just not for herself, but for women that may come after her.
A trailblazer, for me, is a pathfinder. Someone who takes a path that no one else has challenged or found or defined.
A trailblazer to me means choosing courage over comfort and choosing resilience over retreat. And really to do small acts of bravery so that others can follow and do the good work and have those doors open a little bit wider.
I define a trailblazer as someone with integrity, someone who's a visionary, someone who's a change agent, someone who's not afraid to lead and also not afraid to take risks.
Trailblazer means to me, especially as a woman of a third-generation family-owned business, Ward's Marine Electric, I'm having the opportunity to move forward and take advantage of the trails that were blazed before me and continue to move our company into our 100th anniversary.
I think some of the secrets to success, certainly that I've experienced, have been to just be authentic, be myself, always, to work tirelessly, be prepared, over-prepared, and just show up.
For me as a woman in business, the secret is mentoring. It is bringing those along with you as you move up that corporate ladder. By mentoring, you need to allow people to shine.
I don't know that there's one secret. What I would say is taking risks and being thoughtful and lifting other people up. I really believe strongly, that a lot of people say, oh, support others, and it becomes a tagline or a hashtag or something, I think, kind of meaningless. I believe success in life is living with intention every single day. I believe it's what we speak. It's not just what we say, but what we don't say. And like we talked about earlier, using our voices in any capacity we can.
Having consistency, perseverance, mastering my career expertise, and continuing, because confidence is not given, it's from competence.
As a development professional for the past 35 years, and most recently the last 13 years with Henderson Behavioral Health, I have learned to be authentic, honest, understand what the donor's needs are.
My secret to success of being a woman is to be a woman. That in my industry, even though it perhaps is perceived as a male-dominant industry, being a woman never had any unintended consequences or any hurdles, any more so than any of my other male colleagues. So I think being a woman and being who I am and having the spirit that I do is what's helped give me my success.
What advice would I give someone following in my type of profession? I would say, don't wait. Continuously invest in your knowledge, skills, and ability. Protect your reputation. Define success for yourself, because if you don't, someone else will. Take your career seriously from the beginning and don't build your life around someone else's timeline or approval.
My advice to women coming up the ladder is to listen, to observe what's around you, to take it in and then measure how it fits you to take that next step forward.
My advice to young women is don't listen to that voice in your head. Instead, be your biggest cheerleader, because you need to take chances, you need to take risks, and you will be successful.
If you love what you do, it's not work. And I love what I do, so I would pass that along to younger women to find what they're interested in, what they're passionate about. If they follow their heart, the money will come later.
So You know, when I think about advice to give to other folks, particularly young women in their careers, always trust your gut. Don't second guess yourself. If you know you're doing things for the right reasons and with integrity, you lean in and don't ignore that little feeling that you get to do the right thing. Always be curious. Get out of your comfort zone. Volunteer for things that might not necessarily be within your job description. The best interview that you can have for a future job is to do the one you're currently doing very well.
The advice I would give to young women are two things. One, always be true to yourself. No matter what either your company is doing, your friend circle, your mom group, your parents, it could be anyone, but be true to yourself. If it doesn't align with your values and your soul, don't do it.
Something that I think would be a defining moment in my career that really made an impact and that I could really be proud of, not just for myself, but for my young daughter, was I was serving as a commissioner on the Florida Commission on Human Relations. And I was able to make the motion and garner the support of the rest of the commission to make the law of the land to ensure that all Floridians had the equal protection to have public accommodations and housing protections just like their neighbors.
A defining moment for me was after retiring and working with the Department of Defense, I stepped into the world of parks and recreation, overseeing a public charity. So when I say I took a 180 in a different direction, that's exactly what I did. Building parks, building community.
My defining moment was when I trusted my expertise to leave security behind in a corporate job and open my own consulting firm. It taught me that reinvention is not a setback, it's a power move. It was my power move.
The most defining moment I've had in development is a recent capital campaign that we did for Henderson and raising very large gifts from 2 donors and establishing great rapport and really appreciating the confidence placed in myself and our team at Henderson to really make a huge difference to those we serve.
Launching my podcast back in 2020. It's called Every Soul Has a Story. I don't even know how to use the remote control on the television. My family will attest to that. And everyone was in lockdown, and I was a journalism major. I've written my whole life. I've edited several books. And then I was a speech pathologist. So everyone said, you have to start a podcast. I said, I don't even know how to use my phone other than answering it and texting. I'm proud of that. That was a defining moment in my career because since then, it's pretty much a global experience.
The defining moment would have to be when I graduated college and I was applying to law schools that my father said to me, the world has enough lawyers, why don't you come help your mother do a parts catalog? We could really use your help on that. I started working part-time at Wards Marine Electric, and 30 years later to this day, it's everything I never knew I always wanted.